Thanks for watching County Report this week. I'm Susan Kennedy. After months of listening to county residents' suggestions and recommendations, County Executive Ike Leggett has officially presented his recommended budget to the County Council. Lorna Virgili was at the press event, and she tells us that the FY12 budget represents some tough decisions made during difficult economic times. Lorna?
Susan, County Executive Ike Leggett presents his proposed budget for FY12, closing a $300 million gap and asking for sacrifices from county residents and county employees. Responding to the continued uncertain economic outlook, County Executive Ike Leggett unveiled his $4.35 billion operating budget that includes reductions in employee staffing and compensation and cuts in programs and services.
We need to use these hard times to define a new normal for Montgomery County, which is and will remain one of the best places in America to live, to work, and to raise a family.
The budget brings cuts across the board for all departments, with the exception of the police department. Also, it maintains the funding for Montgomery County Public Schools at the same level of $1.4 billion, a reduction of $82 million from local funds.
But we'll work together. It is Montgomery County, and our employees will not be happy with this, but I think we have enough energy if we don't go below Ike's budget to try to make ends meet, but we won't know that until we get through with the legislature.
This is not a budget that they could take easily, but it's one that ultimately I think is fair. And when you look at the option that we did not reduce this budget by $82 million, we would have to either increase taxes substantially, or we would have to cut programs in other areas throughout the county government.
The executive has proposed abolishing 216 county positions, no cost of living and service increment increases for any county government employee, and changes on the cost sharing for group insurance and retirement plans.
You could get a benefit in terms of monies back, or you could pay a little bit more. This is the beauty of the plan that we have, that it provides flexibility for the employee while at the same time provides savings for the county.
The budget does not include furloughs for county employees. Library staffing would be reduced in 3 libraries. Recreation center staffing would be reduced, and most youth sports programs would be eliminated. On the health department side, an annual copay of $25 will be instituted for all Montgomery Care program participants. The budget does not include reductions in county transit routes and no reductions to senior transportation and nutrition programs. For County Report this week, Lorna Virgili.
The executive visited with council members before the formal introduction of the budget to brief them on the state of the county. Council President Valerie Irvin told us what she thinks of the budget and the work that lies ahead.
He's proposing having employees pay more for their health insurance, and he's also proposing employees pay a little bit more for their pension, or the county paying less into employees' pensions. But our concern is that that is only going to impact Montgomery County employees and not school system employees. Even though we're not asking for any furloughs in this budget, or the executive's not, the pain will be felt still in the pocketbook of Montgomery County government employees who have to pay out, in some cases, a lot more for family coverage, depending on what kind of coverage they have. And so we're going to work very hard. We just received the budget a little while ago to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. But in the aggregate, I think the county executive has moved in the right direction.
To view the budget highlights or the full FY12 budget, visit the Office of Management and Budget homepage at montgomerycountymd/OMB. The council is defending its authority to balance the county's operating budget equitably between the schools and other vital services. This after the County Board of Education asked the state for a declaratory ruling of the state's per pupil funding requirement. The executive and council members say the county cannot afford to fund its maintenance of effort requirement, and that the schools will only hurt the taxpayers if they follow through with a lawsuit against the county.
Look, we need to work with all of our agencies, including the school system, to come out with a fair budget that protects essential services, including education, which has always done very well and very high priority for us, but that recognizes that we have a structural budget deficit that has to be addressed, and we can't ignore it, and we can't ignore the part that the school system is a big part of our budget, and we need the school system to work with us like Montgomery College does and like Park and Planning does.
So we think its scope is very big, and so we're very concerned that maybe this is not the direction that the Board of Education wants to move in. It's certainly not the direction that the council wants to move in, and we're doing all that we can to keep the lines of communication between the board and the council open. We've been trying very hard to meet with them and to share information with them, and so we were very disappointed and surprised when we found out that this was what was happening.
The county's Office of Public Information has conducted several community forums to discuss the new code enforcement laws that will go into effect on April 24th. During these public forums, residents have been able to hear directly from the inspectors from the Department of Permitting Services and Housing and Community Affairs, as well as from the police department on how enforcement will take place. The new laws will impact the way county residents operate home-based businesses, the parking of heavy commercial and recreational vehicles, off-street parking, and paving of front yards.
We are complaint-driven. We're not out looking for commercial vehicles or recreation vehicles parked. It's based on complaints. We have to have a significant call volume and other things that we, as you'd imagine, we'd prioritize and take first. So, but if you have a problem, call that number. The community service officer and the traffic officers are the ones pretty much focused on. But they will send out at midnight. Neither one of those are probably working. They will send out an officer to ticket or tell them.
Code enforcement is primarily by complaint. Typically, an inspector investigates the complaint and issues a notice of violation. If it's not corrected or dismissed within 30 days, a citation may be issued with a $500 fine. For more information regarding the new code enforcement laws, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/goodneighbors or call 311. Attracting and retaining new businesses to Montgomery County is one of the main goals of the county's Department of Economic Development. And during these tough economic times, this is no easy task. At the request of Councilmember Nancy Florine, members of the Planning, Housing, and Economic Development Committee received an update on the work plan's progress.
The question is, will they have the resources, though, to do the kind of aggressive marketing program I'd like to see? And I'm awaiting advice from our Business Development Corporation as to whether there are particular metrics we should be judging our success by, like how many jobs have been retained or added to the workforce, what's the nature of capital investment that the business community is making in Montgomery County, how many federal jobs are being added or to the economy, things of that nature. So it's a work in progress, but I think we're making a good start.
Still ahead on County Report this week, a first for the Gaithersburg High School girls basketball team. And Captain Paul Starks from Montgomery County Police will be here with the latest on a murder that took place over the weekend in Bethesda.
I'm Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer. Coming up next, the city removes a pedestrian bridge in an impressive nighttime operation. We'll have that story when County Report this week continues.
Welcome back to County Report. Montgomery County Police are continuing their investigation into a murder that took place last week in Bethesda. Captain Paul Starks from Montgomery County Police is here with the latest on this case. Captain, give us an update.
Susan, on Saturday, March 12th at about 8:12 in the morning, 2nd District officers were dispatched for a burglary to the Lululemon Athletica Apparel Company in Bethesda. When they arrived, they found 2 female store employees in the rear of the store. 30-year-old Jana Murray was deceased, and a 27-year-old co-worker had been bound. This investigation quickly turned into one involving homicide, sexual assault, and robbery. Since that time, detectives have recovered a good volume of forensic evidence from the store. They've interviewed some witnesses, and they've also canvassed the commercial area of the Bethesda Commercial District in an attempt to retrieve video that may show the persons matching the suspect description in that area.
Do we know if this was a random crime or were these women targeted?
We can't rule out that this could be a random event, but what we do know from the surviving victim is that these 2 suspects entered the store wearing gloves and masks to conceal their identities. So there was some thought process behind their motive.
And if I understand correctly, there is quite a sizable reward that's being offered for capture of these suspects. Tell us about that.
Utilizing crime solvers of Montgomery County, there have been incredible donations to this reward fund. Lululemon Athletica has donated $125,000. Federal Realty has donated $10,000. And other commercial businesses and residents have pushed this reward up to approximately $150,000 to anyone who may have information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the suspects involved in this crime.
And they can call your Crime Solvers line if anybody who's listening to this has any information to share.
That's correct.
Okay, I hope you crack this case soon, Captain Paul Starks, Montgomery County Police. A pedestrian bridge that connected South Stone Street Avenue and Veers Mill Road had to be removed in the middle of the night. And Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer and her crew were there for the removal of this 40-ton pedestrian bridge. Bridget, give us the details.
That's right, the old Stone Street pedestrian bridge had to be removed after inspectors noticed that the bridge was failing last year. With the help of a 550-ton crane set on St. Mary's parking lot, the bridge was removed in a nighttime operation with an intensely coordinated effort with CSX and WMATA. We had the chance to check in with the project managers right before the bridge was removed. Rockville Public Works civil engineer and project manager Mary Furtick has been coordinating the removal of the Stone Street pedestrian bridge for months.
This has been a big and quite interesting project with a lot of coordination between WMATA and CSX, the two railroads who are underneath this bridge. They have right-of-way underneath this bridge. So it's taken a while to work our way through their process. That included their review of the calculations for the rigging that's going to be used to safely remove it and the size of the crane, etc. In addition, we're very close to some Pepco lines that are live lines that service the Rockville area, and we had to coordinate a power outage in order to do this and provide a safe condition for the bridge removal.
President of Concrete General Dan Miller said every safety precaution was taken for this project.
There's a specialized crane over here, and this crane is a 550-ton crane. Because of the location we had to set to pick this bridge, it's a little further than we like to be normally, but this crane can handle it, and the safety factors that the railroad applies, they're more than 1.5 times whatever you do, so there's plenty of room there of safety. There's been hours and hours and hours of paperwork, meetings, calculations, all for this one moment, and I'm sure in a little while you're going to film the one moment, but culmination of 6 months' work happens in seconds.
For County Report this week, I'm Bridget Breuer.
The Gaithersburg girls basketball team not only finished up their season with a 25-0 record, but they also clinched the Maryland 4A state championship. Our friends at Montgomery County Public Schools were courtside for the big victory.
Gaithersburg High School students and staff gathered this week to celebrate the girls basketball team's first ever 4A state basketball championship. The Lady Trojans were undefeated this season with a record of 25-0. In addition to winning the championship, the school won the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association Sportsmanship Award. Gaithersburg Mayor and Gaithersburg High School alum Sydney Katz and Councilwoman Kathy Driscolla presented head coach Adrian McDaniel with the key to the city and proclaimed March 15th as Lady Trojans Day. After being defeated in last year's state finals, the Trojans were determined to bring home the trophy from University of Maryland, Baltimore County's RAC Arena this year.
It took hard work and dedication for the girls all year long. We set out at the end of the year, worked hard in the summer, worked hard in the fall.
For senior guard Kara Marshall, who has signed a full scholarship to play at Loyola University, the championship was earned through hard work.
Every time you have in the gym, work your hardest. Don't take any of that time for granted. Every second, play your hardest. Always strive to get better, and that's what we did. We always strive to get better.
Principal Dr. Handy Collins is proud of her school for their achievement and perseverance.
Trojan pride is on the rise. And so basically what this just demonstrated is that the tremendous pride that we have in our school and our community.
Trojans show how hard work, dedication, and school spirit pay off.
Still to come on County Report this week, a gospel train ride through history at Montgomery College, and the county recognizes National Consumer Protection Week. We'll be right back. Welcome back. As part of the 34th anniversary of the Lincoln Park Historical Foundation, Montgomery College sponsored a gospel concert with various artists to celebrate the commemoration. Here's a look at the gospel train ride through history.
We talk about gospel music, the good news. It often started off with a hum.
It's all good. But I know better. Oh. It's all God. But I know better. It's all God.
Last week was National Consumer Protection Week. Montgomery County's Office of Consumer Protection participated in the program by offering citizens a seminar on how to better manage their money. Our photographer Mike Springerth was there, and he brings us this report.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric Friedman. I'm the director of the Consumer Protection Office, and I want to thank you for joining us today.
This is National Consumer Protection Week, and today's event was to reach out to consumers, present information that we think will be useful to them on financial issues and unlicensed contractor issues, and pretty much to help them protect themselves. Who've heard the phrase, if it sounds too good to be true, that it's probably not true? Okay.
Montgomery County is one of 2 counties in the state of Maryland that has its own consumer protection agency.
Most of the state agencies are in downtown Baltimore. That means if you want to go down and meet your investigator, you're driving. We're right here in Rockville. We believe that we process complaints very fast. This is the Office of Consumer Protection standard complaint form. It's a 1-page form. If you mail your complaint in or bring your complaint in, usually within 3 days, we have assigned that complaint to an investigator, and the process starts typically within 3 days. If it's some emergency, we can start the process even faster.
The truth is, we all have, at some one time or another, signed something without reading it.
Every sales pitch has a hook to it, and they are just looking and talking just long enough for you to agree to something.
We couldn't take the time to read all the things that we're supposed to read, and so you just have to know where to turn to have questions answered and what remedies you have.
The agency seminar also had tips for people to see their finances more clearly.
No longer be in the dark, but be in the know when it comes to money. Okay.
One most important thing that people need to know about their money is where's it going and does it match up with the goals they have for life.
We need to know what the household income is, and we need to know what the real expenses are. You need to make sure it fits your household budget. Read these details and know them.
At the end of the seminar, many citizens felt they had a better understanding of the importance of Montgomery County having a consumer protection agency.
Well, I didn't realize that the county has so many different offices that give support. And it's good to feel that your county is working for you.
If you remember nothing else from this afternoon, remember one thing, that Montgomery County is very fortunate to have an active consumer protection office. You can call upon us. Our services are paid for through your tax dollars, and we're here to help you.
We'll be right on it. Thank you.
Now it's time for Tom Pogue with this week's Transportation Update.
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update for Montgomery County. Several parking construction projects will be of interest to downtown Silver Spring commuters and visitors. The King Street parking lot has been sold to a Rockville developer as part of a public-private project to build market-rate and affordable housing. The new Galaxy apartment complex will feature an underground garage with 2 floors containing 160 spaces open to the public. Construction has started, and the county expects to open the new garage this fall. MCDOT has closed a large portion of the Bonifant Street parking garage for major maintenance. The entrance from Dixon Avenue is closed, as well as the bridge over Bonifant Street. There is still plenty of parking in the garage, but motorists can only get in and out at the Bonifant Street entrance. This work should be done by early 2012. Most of the Spring Colesville garage has been closed, but a limited number of short-term parking spaces are open on the ground floor. Long-term parking remains readily available in 2 nearby garages. Learn more about parking options on our website at montgomerycountymd.gov/MCDOT. We're working to keep you moving.
Up next on County Report, open up your heart and your home to our Pet of the Week. And a lesson on rescuing your shrubs that are in need of help as the winter season wraps up. Keep it here on County Report this week. These days it seems like everyone is trying to go green and use organic products. One business that has set up shop here in Montgomery County believes in making effective products from fresh organic fruits and vegetables. Susan Stark visits one of their stores at Montgomery Mall.
I'm so excited. We are at Montgomery Mall at Lush Cosmetics, and with me is Jamie Vandover. Tell us, what is Lush?
Lush is it's like a cosmetic deli. So all of our products are meant for your hair, your body. They're made with fresh, natural ingredients, essential oils, fruits and vegetables, things that you'd find in your deli. But instead of me telling you about them, why don't I show you?
Absolutely, let's go.
One of the biggest things we do are the Bath Bubble Bar Slices. And these are basically like cakes that they roll them out, they cut them, and then you can break pieces off in your tub as you're filling it up. And I'll show you guys how they work. So you basically just take a chunk of it and you crumble it under the running water. And we don't have any running water here, so we kind of got to fake it. But we've got these pictures that we can show you.
So this is a bath soap.
Yep, it's going to give you like super big, super frothy, like Hollywood style bubbles. We're pretty serious about our bath thing.
It's dry, feels a little soapy. I got it, okay.
So this is our bath tap.
Okay.
So as the water hits these crumbles, you're going to get your bubbles.
Awesome.
And it's going to scent the water, it's going to color the water. This one's got...
And these are the good bubbles. So what's the idea behind all these safe ingredients? I mean, are we really putting too much stuff on our skins?
It definitely doesn't hurt to be more conscious about the ingredients that you're using. That's one of the reasons why we use so many organic, natural ingredients when we can, because it is better for your skin.
You guys are doing a great job with the environment and just keeping us all healthy and sparkly and clean, so thank you very much. If you would like to find out more about Lush products, visit their website at lushusa.com.
Our pet of the week this time is a handsome black and white male cat named Cheney. Here's Kathy Stanhope with his debut.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope at the Montgomery County Humane Society with your pet of the week, and I am here with Cheney. Cheney is a very handsome, very debonair, unaltered male. As you can see, he's a black and white domestic short hair. He is a very affectionate cat. I don't know if you can hear, but he's a purr machine. He's just been sitting and purring in my lap for the past 5 minutes. He's very sleek, he's very affectionate. He will need to be altered, but he's very friendly. He likes everybody, and oh, look at him. He's just enjoying getting his head rubbed right now. If you want a cat that is a good lap cat and that is just a purr machine, you definitely want to come down to the Montgomery County Humane Society and see Cheney, because this is definitely a love sponge. He wants all the love he can get. So come down and see Cheney, or visit us on the web at mchumane.org, or give us a call at 240-773-5967. Come see Cheney and you might go home with your new very best friend.
In this week's Brookside Gardens Clips and Tips, we get some advice on how to repair those bushes that may have been damaged by the winter snow.
Hi, I'm Phil Normandy, Plant Collections Manager here at sunny Brookside Gardens in Wheaton, Maryland. Did your plants suffer snow damage this winter? So did ours. This dwarf Japanese maple got smushed by the weight of the melting snow. This is a very valuable plant. As you can see, it's slow growing, very expensive, and it's really messed up. So what to do? The first thing I do is go in and look for branches that are really broken and take them off, as I've done here. Then I still see I have a couple more that are broken and not likely to come back, so I cut them off cleanly, like so. Then, for this particular piece, it's still attached, but I don't know how much. So I'm going to try something a little bit novel. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm going to actually try to reattach it. And I'm going to do it by means of using this simple drywall screw. I will go in and drill a pilot hole in the back of the branch. Someone will hold it up, and then I will put the screw in and try to attach these together. The plants won't really grow together, but it will keep the branch from breaking off, and hopefully we'll be able to save the limb, as it were.
For more information, visit brooksidegardens.org. That does it for County Report this week. Tune in again next week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.
If you're a legal permanent resident of the United States and need help preparing for the citizenship test and interview, then you should definitely look into the free preparation classes offered by MC. Come to an information session and find out all about this free program. The arts are thriving at Montgomery College. There are a variety of art shows and exhibits now showing on all 3 campuses, and all are free and open to the public. Visit MC's arts calendar and pick out one of the many exhibits now on display. Congratulations to the MC Rockville men's basketball team for winning the Region 20 championship 71-62 over CCAC Allegheny. Knights forward Enos Watley was named tournament MVP, and Watley and MC forward Bobby Bosles were also selected first team all-tournament. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.